Hey guys, we're back. I'm CJ, the Amish Potato. This is Hannah. We are going to do the second round of Q&A. So, without further ado, here we go.
Is your family resentful on you since you've left?
Are they resentful of me since I left? No. No, they aren't. They still...
They come around.
They don't view me... I will never be viewed... I'll never really fully be accepted again as who I was before, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It's just now we're different, you know. But yeah, they still come around. I still go in there. We still love each other. It's just now we're different, you know. We live in two completely different worlds. We don't have that much in common anymore. So, not resentful.
It's kind of cool.
They obviously wish I would come back. But.
Like, when they come over to visit, I'll have, like, some youth kids come over and stuff. And they're super cool. Like, when Mark was, like... I said his name. His brother.
No, yeah, my brother Mark. Hey Mark, what's up? You better be watching my videos.
His brother came out.
Better give it a thumbs up too.
Like, his brother came out like a year ago, and like we went fish. No, we didn't go fishing, but we went hiking a lot.
He's 18, so he's in that Rumspringa stage where he's driving and dressing English.
Are the Amish proud of their humility? Is that what it says?
Huh?
Is that what it says?
Yeah. Are the Amish proud of their humility? What do you think of that sentence? That question?
I don't even know.
Doesn't make sense.
I don't even know what that is. Like the
humility, being humble, not being prideful.
When I think of humility, I think of like embarrassment, like bunniness.
Well, it could be a version of it, I guess, but no, humility is being humble, not being prideful.
Okay.
Are the Amish proud of their humility? If you ask them, no. But yes, I would say yes. That is a very, I don't know how to say it. That's a very deep question. So I can't remember who asked it. But yeah, it is. They are proud that they are humble, I think, in a way. Obviously, it depends on each person. But I think they don't realize it, that they might be proud of their humility.
I don't know what that word is.
I have a problem with humility because it's hard to be humble when you're perfect in every way.
Whatever, dude.
When you're perfect in every way, it's hard to be humble. That's a country song, I think.
You know, he was wrong on where the trailing of the sheep was. Just saying.
It was in Haley. Anyway.
Dude. Did the Amish break off from the Mennonites?
Yep. I think they did. I'm not an expert on Amish history, but the Anabaptist movement started sometime during the Reformation. And Menna Simons was an Anabaptist leader. And he started his, group of Mennonites is what they were called. And the Amish were a group of Mennonites who were kind of led by Jacob Ammon. Now, I'm not sure, but it is my suspicion that Jacob Ammon converted to being a Mennonite coming from the Catholic Church, right? And I think with him he brought a bunch of Catholic traditions and teachings. And his group and Menna Simons' group got into a bit of an argument or disagreement on shunning, I believe, and that's where they separated. The Mennonites were more liberal and less shunning-ish and excommunicating-ish, where Jacob Ammon and the group of Amish people, they were hardcore. So I think he brought with him, he was a tailor, so I think he brought with him the plain clothes, and I don't know, I can't say for sure. That's my suspicion. There's probably more informative videos out there to watch.
Why don't Amish follow the Bible in its entirety?
This is the one we gotta redo? Okay.
Yeah.
In its entirety.
Why?
How do the Amish follow the Bible in its entirety?
I wanted to do it. Fine.
They have set amounts of scripture that they read on Sundays. And it's certain scripture every Sunday that they do it. And it starts over every year. I think they get it from the Catholic Church. I think that's how the Catholic Church does. So they definitely don't read the whole Bible on Sundays. They kind of skip over a lot of the or they kind of skim through a lot of the Old Testament and capture those stories, but they are definitely missing a lot of solid, important scripture in the New Testament. That's just how they do it. You know, they don't have Bible studies, they don't have prayer meetings, nothing like that. So they do read at home sometimes. How they miss some of the scripture, I don't know. I don't know. But another thing is, you know, that they go back to, they lean on the forefathers a lot. So every cult has a leader. Amish don't have a specific leader necessarily, but they constantly keep going back to the forefathers. Well, this is how the forefathers did it, so this is how we do it. Or this is what our forefathers taught. This is what we do. You know, we don't need to understand everything, is what they say. So, yep, they miss quite a bit. Good question on how.
Why do the Amish believe in works instead of faith?
Just go watch my... I don't know why they do that, because they miss scripture. So go watch that, the Gospel According to Amish video. I think I explained it there.
Ooh, why don't Amish have mustaches?
Why don't Amish have mustaches? Just, they're not man enough to grow them.
Why don't you have one yet?
I'm not man enough to grow a beard.
Literally everyone else has one.
So, I'm not exactly sure. I think one of the reasons they have beards is something mentioned in the Old Testament about it. From what I've heard, and I think this comes from Joseph Graber's video series, Breaking the Silence, My Amish Story. Go watch that if you haven't already. In there he talks about how during the Anabaptist movement, one of their beliefs was to not be of the world, right? Be in the world, but not of the world. So in the time, they were completely against military action. They allowed themselves to be killed before becoming a military member. And at the time, the military, the style was mustaches, just mustaches, no beards. So the Amish did the opposite thing to not be of the world. A little cheesy, I know, but that's the how Joseph, I think, explained it. If I remember correctly, I'm sorry if I get that wrong, but that's kind of the way I understand it. So,
are Amish proverbs handed down from generation to generation, or how are they written?
So, Amish proverbs, I'm not sure exactly what they are. I have seen them on, I think maybe you've been watching Amish Mafia, because they would throw an Amish proverb up there once in a while. And I remember seeing them, and I think they were true, a lot of them. I just can't remember any of them. But if there are Amish proverbs, I'm sure there is some.
Did your family use them?
Like they weren't, we didn't talk about or call them Amish proverbs. They were just sayings like
quotes?
Yeah, just quotes. Like, there might have been one about idle hands.
Like when we say he is risen indeed.
Yeah, no, not really like that. It was more like philosophical quotes, I think. And I can't remember. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. They were definitely handed down from generation to generation. The ones that existed, I don't think they've ever been written down. I've never seen anything like that written down.
When you go back to visit your family, do you, your wife, and kids wear the clothes?
Nope, we don't. Nope, we go back the way we're dressed, usually. So I'll try to convince my wife to dress as conservative as she can. She doesn't wear dresses. I'm not going to make her wear dresses. That's fine. I don't know though, we let the kids run with short shorts on. We shouldn't, younger girls. Amish people respect other people who dress modestly. No, we don't dress Amish. That's not required. And it's fine. It's normal that happens in our community. I know there's stricter communities. I think some of them might dress Amish when they go back to visit, but our community is fortunately not that conservative. You'll see Amish families in public with their sibling or their kids who have left the community, right, or who aren't Amish anymore, and they'll be hanging out, and it'll just look like Amish and non-Amish people mingling. So
yeah, it's kind of weird. Like, so his brother's in Rumspringer, but his sisters that came back aren't. And so we like walked into Crumble Cookie in town.
There's a crumble cookie in town?
Hold on, Ben.
Okay.
And we walked in because we were. I showed him Shoshone Falls and we hiked down in there and we went to Crumble Cookie and like it was like me and Daniel, we were wearing street clothes, and then Mark and Aaron stayed in the car, but we walked in with his sisters and they were like, whoa.
Mm-hmm. Everybody probably thinks they're just part of the Mennonite community out here.
Yeah, honestly.
When my sisters come out who are still dressed Amish, because they are Amish, right?
Is there anything from your Amish upbringing you still do today or wish you did?
Like I said, I wish we did community like we did back then. I wish we... Yes, so Amish people get together quite a bit. They don't have TVs to entertain them, so they don't just stay at home. They will go visit each other and hang out. They'll have ice cream suppers, what they call them.
I wish we did.
So, and there is a friend of ours is trying to... there's a couple families in church that don't really have family out here. So we were just going to try to get together maybe once a month and just hang out with the bonfire, get together, eat ice cream. And I think that's a phenomenal idea. It's just we haven't really got our wives on board.
Who?
Your mom. I don't know if Misty's on board or not.
Probably not with all the cheese.
Like everybody's all for it. It's just we just haven't done it.
Or they just gotta do it. We tried it last year, didn't we? 2 years ago? We tried it. I don't know. You know,
I missed that.
I just go roll with it. I'll text everyone and be like, hey, we're going to Balance Rock. Like, right now, let's go.
It's so easy now to just sit in front of the TV instead. That's what everybody does.
No.
The black box.
I think you think it's worse than it actually is
probably.
here. Like
here, yeah, we don't watch that much TV here.
We don't. Ever think of writing a book on growing up Amish?
I have. I don't think I ever will. I don't know that I'm a great writer. I'll just do it in video form. But I probably definitely will, since I have kind of met my cousin Velda, who is writing a book currently. I can't wait till that comes out. She is an exceptional writer, and my writing would look like third grade stuff. So be looking forward to Velda's book.
Are you related to Wranglerstar?
Am I related to Wranglerstar? I wish.
I don't even know who this is.
Huh? You don't know who Wranglerstar is?
No.
Wranglerstar is he's a YouTuber. He's a big YouTuber, a homestead YouTuber. He is a great content creator. My favorite YouTuber, I would say. And
you're my favorite YouTube creator.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
That's a lie. Yeah, Wranglerstar. I am not related to him. Yeah, he's the best out there. Go check him out.
Can we do more videos like that? Like
Like
vlog videos?
Takes a lot of time. I would like to.
I don't have time.
I would like to, but he does it full time. So, like he's got 40, 50 hours a week just in videos. If he does 2 or 3 a week, maybe not that much. He does videos of him milling lumber or fixing his tractor or whatever, and when you're dragging a camera along and doing great lighting like he does, it takes 50 times longer to get a job done. So
literally, it's like 10 o'clock at night right now. What time is it?
Yeah, it's late.
Like, that's the only time we have. It's almost 11.
Oh my gosh. I still gotta edit a video for tomorrow.
And I got school tomorrow.
And shoot it.
Do Amish avoid medical care, like dentists?
So, no, they don't. Amish don't. Maybe the stricter communities more so. I've heard them just pulling teeth, not going to the dentist. Our community, we used all the medical services there was. Our parents took us to the dentist yearly for checkups and then any teeth that needed to be fixed. Thankfully, so grateful for that. But yeah, we use hospitals, ambulances, fire trucks, whatever, everything. Pharmaceuticals, unfortunately, but yeah.
I hate that stuff.
I know. We need to get back to natural healings.
Are they allowed to remarry if their spouse dies?
Yes, they are allowed to remarry, for sure, if their spouse dies. If, however, there's a divorce, they're not allowed to remarry. So, divorce is almost non-existent in an Amish community. They are Doesn't mean that every marriage is good and solid. There's definitely some sour marriages and that, they're constantly bickering or whatever, not getting along. But divorce is not an option, and they're forced to work it out. So, but I do have a buddy that I used to work with who's Amish still. He's older. And another man in the community there, their wives left them. They left the Amish community and divorced them. So, even though they refused to sign the papers and everything, the divorce was made final, and they can never be remarried. Unless they leave the Amish church, and then they could. But they would have to leave the Amish church.
What holidays are celebrated and how?
So all the holidays are celebrated, kind of like everybody else. Except for maybe Halloween. They are not big fans of Halloween. Although we did, as kids, we maybe dressed up a little bit and went over to the neighbors on Halloween night. That's about it. Like, they don't decorate for any holidays. But like Christmas, they will give their kids presents. They'll do gift exchanges. It's an all-day family event, usually. Big meals, lots of candy. And Easter, they do the same thing. They'll hide eggs for the little kids. Family again, big meal. 4th of July, they'll go out and do stuff just like anybody else. This is my community once again. I don't know about the stricter ones. They do have a few extra holidays, like what they call Old Christmas and Ascension Day, where they won't work. And they might fast on that day. But, yeah. Holidays are like normal. Mother's Day, Father's Day, all celebrated.
Pastor Jackie, if you're watching this, just to let you know, last Halloween, we almost came and TP'd your house.
I don't think he watches my videos.
We'll find out. He called you out today at church.
Yeah, I know. I still got to go grab my pitchfork and chase him down.
How do funerals and weddings differ from English rituals?
How do funerals and weddings differ from English rituals? Rituals?
Mm-hmm.
So I will do a separate video on weddings, because that is an all-day event. I might be able to add some picture. Maybe we'll see. Anyway, funerals are kind of like an Amish church service. Very similar. If you haven't watched my video on an Amish, I think it's called an Amish church service explained, and I just go through all the details of the day. A funeral is basically the same, kind of, except they have 2 days of viewing in the evening. So if a person dies, this is when the community is so powerful. And when a person dies, the family is obviously together and mourning, and the neighbors all get together and they will do all the chores, and they will get that person, the house that he lived in, that house ready for the funeral. Like, they will clean and get everything set up. It's amazing to see. And then so they have 2 days of viewing. So the body is what do you call that now?
Congregation?
No, they inject something in the veins or something. I think they take the blood out and put. Is this weird to talk about? The Undertaker takes care of it, right? Puts it in a casket. And embalmed. Yeah, embalmed. And so they have if it wasn't like a car accident or something, they'll have an open casket viewing for 2 days, and then a funeral with an open casket.
Car accident, right.
So like if it's a bad accident or something where the body's mutilated, then
for sure,
they'll
car
close
accident.
it.
They drive buggies. Even I know that.
Yeah, but cars can hit buggies, and they can be in cars when it happens. So, and then the funeral is kind of like a normal church service, and they'll view them one last time before they close the lid, and then they'll take it to a grave and they'll bury it. And the grave has been dug by an excavator usually, but they will put the casket in the grave, and they will cover it with dirt, with shovels. Usually they have 6 pallbearers that do that, and then sometimes the family steps in close family steps in to help. So, and everybody's at the grave singing while they're doing this. So, very very moving as a community. It's amazing. So I was kind of shocked how they do funerals nowadays outside of the Amish community. It seems too quick. But there was a question on that. I can't remember. However, Amish funerals are very, very solemn. So I don't know, maybe it's just me, but when I see a brother or sister pass away, if they were saved, right, we know where they're at. To be absent from the bodies, to be present with the Lord, and it's especially if they're older of age. I know the family's mourning and stuff, but it's in a way joyous, right? Because we know that now they are, and just basking in God's glory, right? Or they're with the Father, which is a much better place to be than here. But with Amish people, it's a very, very solemn occasion. It's like walking through a funeral and looking at the casket and walking through, shaking hands with the family is, it's kind of brutal. But because their belief is that now the body lays in the grave until, I guess, the second coming of Christ, or until Jesus comes back and calls us home. And at that moment, they will be judged. Now they're waiting to be judged. Like at that moment, it's either heaven or hell for them.
Do Amish drink unpasteurized milk?
Do Amish drink unpasteurized? So a lot of Amish have dairies. Yes, they do drink unpasteurized milk. I'm lactose intolerant. I don't drink milk. She is too. It's not something to be happy about, I guess, but whatever. And we used to have a milk cow, but yes, and it is supposedly a ton better. Our middle child, Dara, had some a couple months ago from some friends at church, and she took a sip of it, and she immediately went, "Oh, this is so good! It's so sweet! It's so good."
I like it.
If you've never had it, try it out.
I mean,
you can make butter and all that stuff out of it.
I worked on a dairy for 6 months. Did
you have cold unpasteurized milk?
Yeah,
I don't like milk either. It's just the people who do. It's the good stuff. Try it out. And it's not, dude, our government has done all the safety stuff. The only reason all this pasteurization and stuff has to happen is because of lawsuits, right? People get sick and then they sue the milk company. So rules are put in place to make this stuff happen.
That reminds me, do you remember when Capri Suns had to go to clear bottoms because there was a mouse in the bottom of one of them?
Yeah. So that's our world, right? Good old ways. The couple milk cows drinking the unpasteurized milk and the butter coming from it, I think is still much, much healthier and more tasty. We've lost a lot of that. Thank you guys for watching. Keep the questions coming. We love them. It's fun doing them. Hit the like button, share this, subscribe, hit that bell icon so you get notified of the next video. We'll see you guys next time.